my God, look out! The dog!
Stop the dog! Doctor, are you all right?
In a Chicago ICU, the machines hummed.
The user wants me to transcribe an 8-second video scene based on the provided context.
It wasn't an accident. I did it.
Clara hesitated. Animals weren't allowed in the ICU. But one look at Riley's fading eyes, and she knew.
Before we begin, don't forget to hit like, repost, or share, and subscribe. And I'm really curious, where are you watching from?
There's my good boy. It's so good to see you, Shadow. I missed you so much.
Oh, Shadow. You came.
My boy, if I don't make it, take care of yourself.
Strange.
When Dr. Marcus Vale, Chicago's top surgeon, walked in, everything changed.
Strange. Animals sometimes sense things we don't.
Danny, Riley's dog just growled at her surgeon, and he never does that. Shadow's K9 trained.
If he reacts, there's a reason.
Oh my God. Look out. The dog. Stop the dog. Doctor, are you all right? In a Chicago ICU, the machines hummed. Their cold, steady rhythm. Detective Riley Monroe, just 35, lay broken beneath white sheets. Her body burned, lungs fighting for every breath after an explosion tore through a downtown garage. 3 nights ago, beside her, nurse Clara Hayes adjusted the monitors, her hands steady, her eyes tired. She'd seen patients beg for miracles before, but when Riley's lips parted, the words that came out froze her heart. Clara, I want to see my dog. Clara hesitated. Animals weren't allowed in the ICU ever. But one look at Riley's fading eyes and she knew this wasn't protocol. It was a goodbye. Before we begin, don't forget to hit like, repost, or share, and subscribe. And I'm really curious, where are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments. I love seeing how far our stories travel. Back to the story. Hours later, after endless calls and desperate signatures, the doors to the ICU opened and Shadow, Riley's German Shepherd, patted in. His nails clicked softly against the tile. The moment he saw her, his tail slowed, his ears perked, and he stepped forward. With quiet certainty, he pressed his muzzle against Riley's trembling hand. Her voice came out in a whisper. My boy, if I don't make it, take care of yourself. But Shadow didn't rest. He stood alert, muscles tight, eyes locked on the door. And when Dr. Marcus Vale, Chicago's top surgeon, walked in, everything changed. Shadow's body stiffened. A low growl rumbled from deep in his chest. Vale froze, startled. Strange, he murmured. Animals sometimes sense things we don't. Clara's pulse spiked. She had worked with therapy dogs for years. None had ever reacted like this. Something was wrong. That night, Clara did the unthinkable. She called FBI agent Daniel Cruz, an old friend. Danny, she said, Riley's dog just growled at her surgeon. And he never does that. Shadow's K9. Trained. If he reacts, there's a reason. Hours later, Cruz was digging through Vale's records. What he found chilled him. Massive wire transfers, offshore accounts, all linked to a known crime. Boss, Vince and Caro. It didn't take long to connect the dots. Riley's investigation had been closing in on Caro's drug network. The explosion wasn't random, and her upcoming life-saving surgery, it was meant to finish what the bomb couldn't. By dawn, crews had the ore wired with hidden cameras. Every vial, every syringe, logged, but even the tightest plans couldn't predict what would happen next. Under the harsh surgical lights, the Vale moved with perfect calm until his hand reached for a small vial on the tray. Shadow behind the observation glass went rigid. His nostrils flared, hackles rising. Then the growl came low, deep, unstoppable. When Vale drew a syringe, Shadow erupted, barking, slamming his body against the glass until the door cracked open. The surgical team screamed as the German Shepherd burst into the room, launching himself at Vil just as he aimed the syringe at Riley's fore. The impact was brutal. The vial flew across the floor, shattering. A chemical sting filled the air. Shadow clamped onto Vale's wrist, holding, not tearing, just enough to stop the kill. Seconds later, Cruz and his agents stormed in. Hands where I can see them. Vale's mask slipped. He was done. Cuffed, dragged away, his perfect reputation in ruins. Tests later confirmed what Shadow already knew. The syringe held a lethal toxin. That German Shepherd hadn't just sensed danger. He'd stopped murder. Weeks passed. Riley survived the real surgery. Those scars marked her skin forever. When she finally woke, the first thing she saw was Shadow resting, his head on her arm. You saved me. His tail thumped once, slow, steady, proud. The investigation that followed exposed an entire hospital network tied to counterfeit drugs. Vale and Caro both went down for life, and as the media called it the Shepherd case, the world saw more than headlines. They saw loyalty no machine could predict and courage no human could match. Months later, at a small ceremony in Chicago City Hall, Detective Riley Monrose stood tall beside Shadow as the mayor bent to pin a medal to his collar. Some heroes, he said softly, don't wear badges. They were fur. Riley smiled through tears, hand resting on Shadow's back. You weren't just my partner, she whispered. You were the difference. If you believe the world needs more love, more kindness, and more stories like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment to spread the good vibes.